All right, so welcome back to Green Fix right here on TV 47. Now, at this very moment, I'd like to remind you about our big why tonight. It's a very simple question. Now, Kenya targets 15 billion trees by 2032. How many do you intend on planting? Once again, our big why tonight, Kenya targets 15 billion trees by 2032. How many will you plant? And I'd like to ask this same question to our guests in studio. Of course, we'll be having a conversation with them later on. They are from Go Green. And tonight we're going to be discussing the role of communities in climate action. But first, I'm going to introduce you. How are you today? And firstly, I'm so glad that you're both here because that uniform just makes me feel like we're in the right direction. We're doing good things for the environment. So thank you so much, Dr. Young Tello and Dr. Peter Hayombe. Dr. Peter Hayombe is a health policy and epidemiology analyst, currently executive director at Simba Education Consultants and technical director at Go Green. He specializes in training and curriculum development in health and development sectors, including HIV, TB, nutrition, climate change, and WASH, amongst others. We also have Dr. Young Tello, who is the founder and president of Go Green organization, Guardians of Mother Nature, also known as the Green Army. Dr. Young Tello is a visionary environmentalist. He's a recognized global youth leader, humanitarian, a science researcher, innovator, senior mentor, also a community developer. So thank you so much, Dr. Young Tello and Dr. Peter Hayombe, for being here tonight on Green Fix. So my question to you is, I'm sure you've heard the big why.
Yes.
How many trees do you intend on planting from now up until 2032?
Yeah, of course, the planting of 15 billion trees
Yes.
is very ambitious,
Yes.
but very achievable. If all Kenyans, the 53 million of us, plant at least some trees, that would be very useful. What I've been doing is that I plant trees on my birthdays as well as the birthdays of my friends. So
lovely.
we make sort of a community function when we have birthdays. For example, I have a family of 4, and each of our birthdays we plan to plant trees, plus also our friends. So I would not be able to enumerate how many, but on that direction, when we can use all individuals' birthday as a strategy, it's achievable. And of course, all environmental days, we can also plant trees that they normally call on us to do tree planting. Yes.
That's a brilliant idea, Dr. Peter. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you too. Yeah.
All right, and what about you, Dr. Young Tello? How many trees do you intend to plant up until 2032?
We are trying to aim within 10 million.
Okay.
Because within our capacity, we are not that really yet, funded.
Okay.
So, in short and clear, 30 million, 10 million.
Is the goal?
Yeah, is the goal.
Okay.
Yeah, based on the resources that we're trying to also to push.
Yes.
To see if they can be also channeled to help us achieve that.
Okay.
Mostly on local community, natural resources, because Go Green is all about preserving our natural resources for our future generations. Yeah, so we are trying to see where the community resources, like wetlands, the community forest, the community rivers, we can work together with the local devolutional government.
Right.
Yeah, to integrate kind of a reinforced way to improvise them. So I think with the Green Fix, this is amazing kickstart now to have a roadmap. But that one we'll discuss it behind the curtain.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Young Tello, as well. And of course, with that, we will definitely be having a conversation with them later on with regards to the roles of communities in climate action. But for now, though, let's just take a look at our world tonight.
Lake Naivasha, a tranquil habitat alive with vibrant human economic activities, from hotels to tourism, a key economic pillar to the county, aside supporting agricultural activities such as floriculture and fisheries. On the flip side, the lake is under siege.
I could agree with you to some extent. Lake Naivasha is under siege. You look at all the recent developments that are taking place on riparian, nearly everyone has approval. The same duty bearers who are to ensure compliance to the set regulations are the ones who are issuing approvals. Then who do you blame? Do you blame the duty bearers or you blame the developer? The duty bearers have completely slept on their job.
Who is not enforcing what? We have the NEMA. The other day we had a hotel that was backfilling. The NEMA did an order, but did it stop? When will we as a country stop this thing of najuana na fulani?
Infiltration of the riparian land and construction of hotels in the water contravenes the catchment order of 2012 that defined boundaries established in 1906 in favor of the lake's 6,210 feet contour of riparian buffer to contain such pressures.
A hotel that is constructed right in the lake, but surprisingly, you find that they have connected their waste pipes into the lake. So that simply means they are flushing their human waste directly into the lake. And it is something that is visible. We have the NEMA, we have the WRA, we also have the county government of Nakuru.
Basically, the treatment plant, I can say it's slowly becoming a conveyor belt that is just passing partially treated sewage into our lake. What will become of the quality of our lake in terms of water quality if we still just close our eyes and assume our waste treatment system is working well? We are releasing a lot of E. coli and all other waste into our lake.
The Lake Naivasha Riparian Survey Report of 2022, carried out by a team of surveyors from the Ministry of Lands and Physical Planning by cadastral maps, established a century-old topography that indicated Kihoto Estate was all riparian and agricultural land.
The lake is now recovering its space, and you had a title which you went and secured through dubious means from the lake. That's not a title deed that is supposed to exist in our books. There could be a few areas where it's a natural maybe consequence. But there are also those who have claimed land, have given themselves or have tried to get land from the lake. Sasa lake ikikuja ichukue shamba yake ama ardhi yake, sasa utauliza DCC akufanyie nini? Ama waziri wa ardhi.
Kihoto is a mess that was created by the government of Kenya, and we need not to blame the community that is residing in Kihoto. The residents of Kihoto are completely innocent on this matter, because the government of Kenya is the one that first surveyed Kihoto, allocated it as land for agricultural use. Then later, the same government approved subdivision of this parcel and allocated it to 30 individuals cleanly. The same government approved the use of Kihoto from agricultural land to residential and mixed use.
Seeding and reseeding of lake waters with immense human habitat displacements has been attributed to silt deposits, with the lake losing 2 meters depth in 30 years. Experts warning of dire consequences of a punitive Mother Nature.
We have Naivasha because we have Lake Naivasha. Business is blossoming here because of this lake. That simply means after some few years, our business will collapse. What will happen to our brothers and sisters who are employed in these flower farms? What will happen to those businesses? What will happen even to those business people in the UK and some other abroad countries? What will happen to our government? Our government is earning. We are making a lot of money out of this lake. Our flower farms are paying a lot of money. But by the end of the day, no one feels that he or she needs to take responsibility of protecting this lake. So by the end of the day, by the end of the maybe several years to come, we will not have Lake Naivasha.
The team attributed these variations to change in lake surface level and waste pollution due to silt deposits and surface water spilling estate waste into the lake.
These communities using agrochemicals. No one is monitoring the type of agrochemicals they're using and the extent, the toxicity levels of these agrochemicals on matters exposing the ecology of the lake, the wildlife, the fish, the bird life, and also the human beings that are consuming the products from these farms. These, from an ecological point of view, this farm sits on the lake's flooding zone and need not to have been given out for agriculture. You interact with the farmers that are farming within that area, they tell you the government knows we are here.
Our flower farms, some flower farms have just farmed living just like 5 or 6 meters into the lake. When it rains, right, floods come. That simply means we are collecting all the chemicals that they are using in those farms into our lakes.
The flip side of the beauty and serenity of the aqua masses of the Happy Valley, Naivasha, remains subdued in silence with scattered advocacy voices. Cabinet Secretary for Lands Alice Wahome saying that the county reveals it remains in the dark over lake demarcations.
The county CEC has informed me, this is critical information I have picked, that he's not able to ascertain the water, the riparians, the sea riparians, where are the boundaries. It's not the way you can say across the river or along this road or this hill. So we need to be able to help them to do that.
With numerous human-wildlife conflicts and animal migration to higher grounds in search of pasture, a recon history prompted the CS Lands to raise a flag on possible human relocation to all habitats of affected estates.
But if it is land that they took over from the lake, then it is maybe time that we made a multi-agency approach report to say that these people are in the wrong place. They need to be moved and settled elsewhere. Okay? So it's either their land, rightfully, or not their land. Either way, there may be need for a permanent solution to remove them and settle them elsewhere.
The water is barren, it cannot support life, so fish has migrated, and we can attribute that to the pollution of our lake. Because the other side where we don't have flower farms, fish are thriving. But on this side where we have flower farms, fish have died. Fish have migrated.
A multi-sectoral approach on the future of this natural gem is eminent to avert critical red flags already raised by experts and Mother Nature in the preservation of the Lake Naivasha ecosystem.
Do we need funds to stop a hotel from backfilling? Do we need funds to stop encroachment?
That's a decision that would have to be made in consultation with the people affected because they are critical. A decision that would be made with the administration and the government and other, it's a stakeholder issue. My ministry being a key stakeholder because of titling, because of identifying maybe another land.
Lake Naivasha is one of the renowned global Ramsar sites, but is under siege, with a clarion call for cleaning of its environs and those around it, ensure that it remains clean. Reporting for TV 47 From Kamere Beach in Lake Naivasha, Nakuru County, I'm Willie Dennis Njiru.
All right, and of course, that is quite an unfortunate feature, and it is also quite an insight on what is currently happening in Lake Naivasha and what is happening with our water bodies in the country. So it is an eye-opener. I hope you've watched that. And also, you know, if you would like to know more about the current situation, if you definitely have any more questions regarding the same, we would love to hear from you. You can also drop your comments about the same at TV47 Kenya on all social media platforms. Speaking of which, you know, you can also talk to us regarding our Big Why. We've got some feedback that has come in regarding tonight's Big Why. How many trees are you intending on planting until 2032? Remember, Kenya targets 15 billion trees. That's up until 2032. So yeah, we'd love to hear from you. Remember, you can find us on at TV47 Kenya. You can also look for us on WhatsApp. We have a WhatsApp number that you can talk to us on. You can also text us, and yes, do let us know. We've got DK Media that says we really need to work together to protect and safeguard nature. We've got Aaron who says, I am planning to plant 500 trees. Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you so much. We've got Angol Francis who says Green Turkana Initiative is doing a lot in training 120 women on agroforestry for food security and climate change resilience in Turkana. How can we work together to safeguard nature? That's a comment that has come in from Turkana North. Remember, you can text us on WhatsApp regarding the same so that we can get back to you. The WhatsApp number is on your screen, so we'd love to help you. We'd love to be a part of that initiative, but we would love for you to send us a message on WhatsApp. That's Angole Francis. Thank you so much once again for your feedback. So yes, keep it going. Keep the messages coming in. It's time right now for our conversation in studio with me. Of course, I have Dr. Peter Hayombe as well as Dr. Young Tello. Now, Dr. Young Tello is a founder and president of Go Green organization, Guardians of Mother Nature, also known as Green Army. He is a visionary environmentalist. He's a recognized global youth leader, humanitarian. Dr. Peter Hayombe is a health policy and epidemiology analyst, current executive director at Simba Education Consultants and technical director at Go Green. So that particular conversation is going to be coming to you very, very soon, right after this. All right, let's get directly into that conversation where we are going to be dissecting role of communities in climate action. With me, I have two members of Go Green. Now, in case you're wondering what exactly Go Green is, well, I'm going to be speaking to the gentlemen themselves as they elaborate further. So we'll start off with you, Dr. Young Tello, who you are the founder and president of Go Green, which was founded in 2011. That's a long time ago. Maybe you can tell us more about your organization and what exactly it is that you do.
Yeah, thanks, Shiksha, for once again. And I'm so humble for this wonderful opportunity to just find a way that we can be able to, you know, be familiarized with the mass or community, public as a whole. So Go Green was founded in 2011, but even much back there before, when Wangari Maathai, the late Professor Wangari Maathai, who is also my inspirator, actually was. So when I got the inspiration, I since also watching a lady, you know, fighting against the depletion and the pollution of, you know, the environment, I got inspired. So in short, when I got that inspiration, I went much further to do a research and find a way, how can I register this in a way that more professional, and then integrate youth into it and make youth own it. So in short, Go Green is a youth centralized kind of organization, non-profit organization, where youth integrate is a consortium, or kind of, so the umbrella whereby youth integrate themselves based on their leadership hierarchy, the way they have already registered themselves also and got certified, either as a CBO, civil society organizations, or youth groups or women groups. So that's how we integrate those.
Okay.
And then we have those programs of like planting trees, cleaning the environment, and also even talents like younger youths, environmental talent, like drawings, yeah, and recycling activities, and even also the most that we are currently actually working on, but which I think very soon, if we find opportunity to come here again, we will do a demonstration here on this table. We are dealing also with the green energy research.
Okay, lovely. Dr. Peter, from 2011 to now, the world has changed. Yes. There has been drastic changes in innovation, in technology. How exactly have you adapted to these changes as Go Green?
Thank you very much. In fact, Go Green, as Dr. Young Taylor has indicated, consists of youth across the 47 countries in Kenya. But then we also have global groups in various countries.
Okay.
In terms of how technology has been changing, my part for Go Green, I've been like helping them technically on how to make indigenous trees be able to germinate.
Okay.
Over a period of time, because of the climate change, you find that the indigenous seeds, because of the changes in, say, temperature or water levels and all that, for them to germinate naturally has been very difficult. So we've been using some technology of short heating of some of those seeds.
Right.
And then they are able to germinate. Some also germinate as a result of you like imbibe them in water for, say, a period of 7-5 days, and then they're able to germinate. So from then, we now have developed very many seedlings that we share out with various youth organizations, and they grow them. But looking at the digital technology itself, even in terms of how we communicate with our various youth has improved because of the social media and things like that. So that, when we want to have an activity, we now are able to get people from even remote areas of Turkana, that something that never used to be possible. In 2011, communication was a bit difficult, communicating with somebody in Lamu, to when we have a function, so for them to attend. So that's how technology has helped us to at least make members come on board and do what we are good in doing.
Okay. Yeah. Now, we know that Go Green is very active in terms of public awareness, and we know that you engage very widely with the youth communities. So what impact have you witnessed when it comes to education and when it comes to just creating awareness on the hazards of climate change and currently what we are seeing? There's global warming, there is a lot of deforestation, there's a lot that's going on. So how would you say that this education and awareness has helped these people, especially in grassroots communities? Dr. Young, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said Dr. Kevin, Dr. Young.
I love that. I just take it with a clean heart. Yes, thank you. Thanks again. There's much, by the way. If I give the viewers a very simple sketch onto, my fellow panelists' question. The youths, we have been integrating them into registering their organizations, like a leadership hierarchy. That's number one. We teach them on how to have their own leadership hierarchy.
Okay. This
is number one. Once we make them become aware of even themselves, they are the leader. They are the leader. The leader is not just only the office of the president or Trump or who.
Yeah.
It's that child, that brother, that Gen Z. is the leader. So that leadership, they formulate or come up with a name and write up their visions and mission objectives. Then we go forward and help them to get recognition letters, which push them forward for them to get recognized by the national government to be certified to operate as an community-based organization. So when we help them to reach there, we help them also even to write their constitutions, whereby they can also argue, disagree, and agree on a certain angles.
Okay.
So once we put it in that amazing way, and they have their account, whereby they can be able to gather resources, because at the end of the day, once you reach where now you are governing yourself, you must also self-sustain. This is the words actually, you know, it's been pushed there. Self-sustained. So ours, the Go Green, the reason why it's self-sustained or double S as opposite to the UN single S, really just Sustainable Development Goals. We have to learn an organic ways or an easier, simple ways, which is organic, of course, yes, so that we can be able now to, you know, make life more easy and affordable.
Okay.
So we are complicating things, and I think this I can refer it also to the Hindu yogis and something like that. They said that life is this and is this. So it's us now to make all this breath that we're breathing be filtered, the fruits, the food that we eat and everything becomes, you know, 100% good. There's no negotiation, by the way. Yeah, there's no negotiation.
Okay.
Yeah, can also add, I think at the beginning, you would see young Taylor walking with his djembe tembe.
Yeah,
used to be called djembe tembes. He would walk with the djembe around. He would go to schools to train with that djembe, and including this uniform you see him.
Yes.
So that impacted a lot of children, where after planting a tree, you see them displaying their hands, although it's soiled, but they like the fact that it is soiled, but they are going to get the tree coming out. So, he's planted a lot of trees along Nairobi River.
Okay.
From all the way from next to museum up to down Rogon. A lot of trees that are appearing there has been as a result of part of what
across police stations.
And with a number of police stations, in fact, if you go to police stations within Nairobi, he's been planting trees with those officers. So they end up accepting the fact that trees can be planted and can grow. In primary schools where he's been going, just the love of being able to plant a tree and liking it, and of course, going to water it to grow. Because planting is one thing, but letting it grow is another thing. So that idea of just loving a tree that we planted and seeing it, how it's growing, has been very impactful, especially to those schools we've gone to.
So most of the youth, they just find themselves actually going even ahead of time and asking me, how can I register my organization to play a part on what you guys are inspiring us to do.
It's amazing. Now, do you think that individuals actually know what their role is in conserving the environment? Because each one of us has a role, right? And do you think that people now are coming to understand this better and have more facts and have more knowledge and resources to be able to pick up on this?
Thank you very much for that question. You see, inwardly, we are born with knowing that we need to protect the environment.
Yes.
But as a result of trying to use the resources within the environment, we end up exploiting. But innately, every human being is born with the protection of the environment. I want to address our policies to see how we've been working with people, just to let them know how our policies are protecting. The 2010 Constitution allows the communities to participate in whatever projects government is doing, so that if they want to do a road, they are called on for public participation. If they want to do a health facility somewhere, they are called for to find out, will this physical structure that's being constructed in my neighborhood, in my community, affect us in another way? So just allowing them to participate in such makes them be a bit knowledgeable. You also find that we have community forest association. We also have water resource users association that are community built. So these tend to walk around and try to train people on how to protect, maybe a water reserve, a river, and things like even not plowing, say, some meters to a water source. So it's innate, but because people want a resource on the nature, which is land, they end up not actually obeying. But it's innate. When you tell them, they find, oh, I was doing wrong, so they end up getting corrected.
Okay, lovely. Now, Dr. Young, we know that you are very passionate about the youth. And sometimes I think majority of them decry lack of sustainable green jobs. They say that there's not enough green jobs out here for them to be able to make a living out of. You know, do green jobs pay well, or do you think it should be a case of go into it with passion rather than with the mentality that you're going to make a living out of it?
Thank you once again, Shiksha.
Yes.
Because there's one thing that youths need to learn. Everything has a system by which actually it's integrated or configured to operate. Even the government, everything runs as a system. So the youths need to learn what is the system, how does this, you know, green fundings, you know, works or such. I can say, let me just give you guys a very simple way to understand how these green jobs are divided. They're divided in two different ones. There's the ones which actually I can say that it's just greenwash. The greenwash are the ones which are not, it's not really a project. People just want to eat money.
Greenwash. I've never heard of that.
Is it, do you want to say the carbon credits?
No, I'm not here to criticize anybody. No, I'm not here to criticize anybody. So just get me, then you will use your own calculation.
Got it.
And then now you find your content, you bind there, you connect the dots. So and then we have also the one which is the genuine green fundings. I'm going to elaborate very quickly because in this panel I love that discussion, so that we find a way that we integrate ourselves, not on something which is fake, because everything, there is a higher version and a lower version. It's allowed. Okay. But all of them, you know, depends on what the quality of whatever they are giving. So the green wash is divided in two categories, which is now the green funding, sorry. The one is a green wash, one is a green funding, which is genuine. The one which is genuine comes on whereby CSR involves. I don't know if you get the word CSR, corporate social responsibility, meaning that these are companies different brands or organizations which are giving back to the community a certain percentage. So this percentage that they pledge now to give to the society is now the green funding. How? Because with one rules and regulations. The projects which is being funded now with this percentage must be based on environmental sustainability, or either agriculture, food sustainability, environmental health research. They are there, clean one. You can just connect with it and get funded, but as long as you can be able to prove that this project, it's for a collective gain, it's not for a selfish gain. You get my whatever. Now I tell you, so now you separate with the green wash. Green wash is something else. You're going to be cooked. At the end of the day, you cannot take people to the court and argue with them. Why did you put me in a business that I was actually doing a risk? So clean, green, please, they are there. They are being funded. The UN are funding there. There's so many big companies, even Coca-Cola, and even Shell. As long as we approach these people with a good proposal, whereby you align your objectives towards what you are trying to achieve, either short-term or long-term goal with your organization. So what we're trying to, just before we leave for the break again, is that the youths need to learn how they can have that structure, well-structured within themselves, with their domain, and also to have goals that they need to achieve as a teamwork.
Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, my response to that would be, at times we in Kenya, mostly make it wide in Africa, when we do the green things, say we plant things, we end up not getting the final products. We like settling our matters at raw materials. But if youths would get into green economy and are able to produce products that then they value add before they put them to the market, that would mean they are able to make more money. For example, there are many youths that are involved in aquaculture and where they even produce feeds.
Yeah.
And if these feeds, they would go ahead into even keeping animals where they now feed their green feeds, the same animals. That way, they have advanced the fact that they're able to produce some green plants that are consumed by animals that then will give them other products.
Okay.
So, like the example we have about avocado growing in Kenya. If that avocado is grown and we utilize it in Kenya, including all other crops in Kenya, rather than exporting them at raw level where only seeds, we would be very far, because if you value add, you make more money.
Value addition.
Yeah, if you talk about how coffee, for example, is like taken out and the price 100 times, 1,000 times. Yeah, so because of lack of value addition, probably youth are seeing that the green economy is not working out for them. But if they would do it and reach a level where they are value adding, then that would be very useful for them. So very powerful and very useful if youth can engage in green economy.
Now, Dr. Hayambe, as we wrap up this conversation, very quickly, you train others on matters indigenous seed planting.
Yes.
Right? How important is this information, even as we look to the vision that we have of planting, 15 billion trees by 2032? So how exactly do you intend on passing on this information, that is by 2032? Maybe you can tell us very quickly, and then we take a short break.
Oh, thank you very much. You see, the indigenous trees, naturally they used to grow very easily. Okay. And of course, a few still grow. But you will find that they are now finding it difficult to grow. So the way in which we can make it more available, we've written some books that we've shared in schools where we go.
Okay.
The processes in which we do this, of course, the various different indigenous trees have got different processes. So this is well documented and people can use. And it's something that's easy to access through the Go Green website, where people can go and get that kind of information. The point is that the several trees or indigenous trees have got different methods in which they now are prepared through for them to germinate. Although the germination levels would reduce depending on the season, the best time in the world, or the best system in the world, is when you plant between September to October. That's when it's called the circadian system of the world. Okay. That's the best time for fruit germination.
Which is coming up.
Which is coming up, in the next 1 month or so.
Okay.
So that's when you have, I don't know how the world communicates with the seeds.
Yeah.
I found out that to be the best time in which seedlings really germinate 70% to 80% of the trees. Unlike when you grow them in January or May. A majority of the time we think that when it rains, then we can always plant and
True.
But for indigenous trees, they are best during that period of time.
Okay. Yeah. All right. With that, we'd like to take a short commercial break. But remember, as we return, we still have them with us in studio. We're going to be wrapping up this conversation, then moving on to climate news. So make sure you don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more.
My name is Alex Musembi, one of the co-founder of Africa Collect Textiles, and you're watching Green Fix.
Hey kids and families, get ready for the most fun-packed show around, Kids on the Block. Join us for awesome music, magical storytime adventures, and super cool arts and crafts. Plus, we pop tasty treats in our cooking corner. Learn, laugh, and create with us. Kids on the Block, where every day is a brand new adventure. Don't miss it.
Rise and shine with the ultimate morning power play from Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. Join Fred Indemuli.
Time for us to take a look at the headlines this morning
as he takes you straight to the heart of the nation on Morning Cafe. From breaking down political intrigues to unpacking the stories shaping our country, this is where tough questions meet hard truths.
The president says he has cancelled, then they say, Igwe.
Stay ahead, stay informed, and stay connected. It's your go-to morning fix on politics, policy, and the pulse of the nation.
Raila Odinga has put Kenya's interests first for many times.
The State of the Nation with Fred Indemuli, Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. only on TV 47. Your morning, your nation, your voice.
Business opportunities are like buses. There's always another one coming. Richard Branson.
No more excuses. It's time to rise, grind, and own your mornings. Join Coach Shadrach Oma every Monday to Friday from 5:30 to 6 a.m. only on TV 47. Full body workouts, zero equipment, maximum results. Start strong, stay strong. TV 47 Fitness with Coach Shadrach only on TV 47.
I am Juliet Oluch, a research associate and a champion for children, climate change, and disaster risks. I am joining TV 47 on the Green Fix. See you there.
All right, welcome back. And with me in studio, I have, of course, Dr. Young Tello as well as Dr. Peter Hayombe from Go Green. And we have been discussing the involvement and the role of communities in climate action. And since we are talking about communities, my final question to you is, how have things changed in these communities from back in the day to now? And what exactly have they managed to achieve and do within all these years?
Thank you very much for that question. Previously, in our communities, things were very natural.
Okay.
Like we would grow very resilient crops, like millet, cassava, sorghum. Mm-hmm. But then people got into growing foreign crops, like, for example, maize, that in the end turned and changed our soil fertility.
Right.
And with that loosed soil fertility, mm-hmm. Then when it rained, then erosions were coming in, flooding our rivers and then flooding our lakes and, well, of course, up to the ocean. So you would find that when we were growing up, you would simply just go to a river and drink like a cow. Right now, you can't do it because there's a lot of pollution.
Absolutely.
Many industries have come in that have polluted most of our rivers. Therefore, that kind of thing is not possible. So when we really need to work around the climate change and some of the causes, we really need to get back to those resilient crops whose roots were able to capture the soil nicely so that we have very little soil erosion that will then drain our soil and lose fertility as well as now flood our rivers. Same to even animals. When we're growing up, you would see a lot of animals. For example, I come from Muhoroni in Kisumu, where every morning you would be very happy seeing an antelope with their children in the compound. But now it's very rare. And the reason why this has come is because we have come to plant crops that really need inorganic fertilizers to grow. And some of these fertilizer plus including chemicals, herbicides, have now brought in some scents that have made the animals to disappear. And they are no longer there. We can't enjoy the kind of free wildlife watching that we used to. So we need to get back to our roots, plant a lot of those indigenous trees, and keep our soils fertile and healthy.
Okay, and lastly, Dr. Young-Tello, you know, we do know that we have been seeing a lot of disasters happening of late in the country. We have seen flash floods, you know, we have seen these things quite frequently. So what exactly would you like to tell people who are watching about disaster preparedness? And I know that you're very passionate about this. You're always raising awareness about disaster preparedness. Maybe you can elaborate further on what you have been, of course, creating awareness regarding the same out there.
Thank you so much. Thank you again. Yeah, so to viewers, when we're talking about disaster preparedness, there's a lot of, conversation that need to keep on going.
Yes.
On disaster preparedness, like last year when we saw about the floods, which actually ravaged on so many lives, that even up to date, there's some people who lost their loved ones. So I think this is a very, very serious issue that the national government, it needs the capacity of different entities to agree, to work together, and also to, reinforce kind of trainings ahead of time and preparedness because, at the end of the day, without a very strong disaster preparedness measures, society life is in danger.
Yes.
And again, I would like to say that I think maybe with time, our society are going to wake up and know that unity is power.
Yeah.
So I think society need to be intentional, if you're watching, need to be intentional, but objectively towards a collective good, not selfish gain. Society has focused so much on, I want to just gain this, and I don't care about the society. So things like cleaning the environment, making sure that society have a clean water. I think this is the local government and to the national government need to make sure that these policies, all professional researchers, professional policymakers and lawmakers, make sure that nature is not bargainable. It has to be clean. The trees, which I think also another issue right now, especially the indigenous ones, including even the natural organic seedlings, people need to find a way by which they can store these seedlings because these are the main biotechnological way that some people are targeting the innocent society who doesn't have the knowledge that what is killing them is just on their table.
Okay.
So I think with the Go Green, we are trying to call more partners that we need more resources to improvise the capacity of changing the society, the lifestyle, the organic lifestyle, from this poor kind of lifestyle that people are living right now.
Yeah.
You see what people are eating. Cancer is prevalent because of one thing. People are eating and living a very poor lifestyle.
Okay.
And even including water, the food that people are taking, it's not clean. So for the Go Green, we are trying to just our best tell you, please go back to Mother Nature. We all came from nature, and Mother Nature is calling us, it's a higher time. So it's my acknowledgement to the Office of the President to come up with the 15 billion trees that needed actually to be implemented by 2032, to also answering the clarion call from the UN, United Nations, that all state departments to come up with some capacity to reinforce climate change and disaster preparedness. So, but I've gone to the, to the archives and to see what exactly is going on. There is a mess. I'm sorry to say this. It is a mess, and the whole system need to just, be restructured.
Okay.
We need more professionals to run our country in a way that can be able to benefit the collective good, not just only some elites, some single individuals who think that they're so smart more than whatever, or they need to. This is not fair.
Okay.
So we are calling capacity of partnerships with any entity or influential individuals, including the Office of the President, to support us so that we can be able now to transform more youths. Very simple. They register themselves, they get certified on the other side based on their names, that they think that this is our good name. They have their bank account, which resources can be channeled there. They have their professional ways, also their own technocrat, which run these projects and make sure that when the government has a lot of tenders, these tenders which are there must be run by professionals, but within those or civil societies, indigenous communities. This community.
Thank you very much, Dr. Young Tello and Dr. Peter Hayombe. We have run out of time, unfortunately, but this has been a great conversation.
Wow.
We appreciate your time and, of course, the efforts that you have been making and the strides towards making sure that we do go green, as your organization says. So, yes, keep it up. Keep up the good work. And thank you once again.
Thank you. Thank you very guys. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you also your time to watch the K47 TV.
Yes.
With Ruksha here. She's really amazing.
TV47.
TV47, yes. TV47 here.
Yes, thank you very much.
She's such amazing. Their energy is so... I mean, you need to come here. The reception, and I love also the chicken that I've eaten here also.
Ah, lovely, great. Thank you so much once again. All right, remember we are asking you for your comments, your opinions, your views on our question for the Big Why tonight. It's very simple. It is basically, how many trees do you intend on planting by 2032? Remember, we are targeting how many? 15 billion trees by 2032. How many do you as an individual intend on planting? We'd love to hear from you. Lots of comments coming in, so keep them coming. Remember, you can find us on social media at TV47, that is on YouTube. You can also talk to us on Facebook, on Instagram as well. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the same. Remember, also have climate news that's going to be coming up right about now. All right, and top on climate news tonight, Nyandarua Community Forest Association has been lauded for its achievement in environmental conservation by, among others, surpassing its target of planting over 30% trees. This even as the Kenya Forestry Service has urged locals to take advantage of the short rains to plant. This story was produced by our Nyandarua reporter, Laban Muhinda.
During a tree planting exercise at Kwahorio Forest in South Kinangop within the Aberdare Ranges in Nyandarua County, Francis Kariuki, the Deputy Conservator of Forests in charge of Conservancy Coordination, praised the Community Forest Association for their dedication and efforts. He noted that the initiative aligns with the Kenya Forest Service strategy aimed at restoring degraded ecosystems and achieving 30% national tree cover by 2032.
Wajua Kenya Forest Service tuliona vile mvua inasonga, hatuwezi achilia mvua iende tu namna hiyo. Na ndio tukaamua kama Kenya Forest Service tushikana na wananchi wetu, tutumie nafasi tupande miti kwa wingi.
Kariuki further highlighted Nyandarua significant role in forest conservation, noting that the county currently boasts a 26% tree cover in forested areas and 25% on homesteads and private farms, against a national target of 30%. He expressed confidence that Nyandarua's community forest associations are well on track to achieve the target within the next 2 years.
Wajua mnasikilia hali kubwa sana katika mambo ya forest katika eneo hili. In fact ukiangalia takwimu, percentage yenu ya miti kwa msitu ni over 26%. Kwa mashamba ni 25%. Actually nyinyi tayari mmepita ile kiwango tunataka.
On his part, Regional Forest Conservator for Central Highlands, George Buto, lauded the community for the support, which has ensured they plant many trees in coordination with CFAs.
Hawa ambao wamekaa hapa ni members. Kwa kweli nikiri kwamba tumeshirikiana nao kwa mambo ambayo tumekuwa tukifanya kwa ajili ya kuhifadhi msitu wetu.
Tuko na uhusiano mzuri kati ya KFS, stakeholders and wananchi. The CFA that is before us here is one of the vibrant CFAs within our county.
James Karanja, the chairman of the South Kinangop Community Forest Association, emphasized that their commitment to forest conservation stems not from obligation, but from a genuine desire to secure a green and sustainable future. The Kwahorio Forest CFA, established in 2016, currently has over 1,500 active members. These members benefit from various forest resources, including grazing, fire collection, water abstraction, herbal medicine, fishing, and ecotourism.
They are benefiting a lot from pellies, like where we have just planted. Already the balloting has been done and the shambas have already been issued. So apart from just coming to assist us here, they are also deriving a lot of benefits from the forest. Like the chairman had just said, just before us here is our potato bulking plot, courtesy of Green Zone Development Support Program.
The forest is also part of a vital ecosystem that directly supports the Lake Naivasha basin, playing a key role in ensuring the lake does not dry up.
Tunaongelea juu ya Lake Naivasha basin. Tukiangalia vile tunaweza kuangalia the ecosystem na vile tunaweza saidia ziwa la Naivasha isiweze kukauka. Na ndio sababu mnaona kuna huo mkazo sana, na rais anatilia mkazo sana tuendelee na kupanda miti. Na ni ombi letu pia sisi kama wananchi, sio tu kwa msitu tuweze kupanda hiye miche, lakini hata kwa manyumba yetu, mashambani mwetu tunaweza tafuta miti na tunapanda.
Now, Kenya's ambitious plan to plant 15 billion trees by 2032 goes beyond numbers. It is about restoring landscapes, protecting water, and tackling climate change. The Kenya Forest Service has launched the Africa Champion of Trees Awards to award those driving this mission. Further to this, highlighting the journey to cover to achieving 15 billion trees by 2032. Faith Wangari crunches the number of trees required to be grown by the public. Take a look.
The government's 15 billion tree campaign seeks to restore landscapes, protect water, and fight climate change. On Tuesday, the Kenya Forest Service unveiled the Africa Champion of Trees Awards to boost forest protection and planting. The award has 8 categories: the Individual Awards, Group and Community Awards, Corporate Awards, NGO Awards, Government Ministry, State Corporation and County Government Awards, Special Awards, Lifetime Achievement Awards, and the ACT Catalyst Award. Under the Individual Awards lies 4 subcategories, first being the Individual Lifetime Achievement Award, that will be awarding the people who have made significant long-term contributions to tree growing over the years.
The awards will be an annual event through all the way up to 2032, aligning with Kenya's ambitious national target to achieve the 30% tree cover.
With time ticking and climate pressures mounting, the question is, will 15 billion trees grow? With the initiative of each Kenyan expected to plant at least 30 trees so far, as of 28th August 2025, 846 million trees have been planted, with the set target being 15 billion trees. That means the remaining number of trees is 14.154 billion trees. Let's put this in context. If the remaining amount of trees is 14.154 billion, and the number of years from 2026 to 2032 is 7 years in total. So now, 14.154 billion trees divided by the number of years, which is 7 years, totals to 2 billion trees per year. Let's narrow it down further to the number of trees that we need to plant per month. So the 2 billion trees divided by 12 months will give you 168.5 million trees per month. Better yet, if we narrow it down further to the number of trees we need to plant daily, we will get the 168.5 million trees divided by 365 days in a year. We get 5.5 million trees per day. If we are to calculate it further to every 1 hour, 5.5 million in every 24 hours, we get about 230 trees every hour. For every minute, we be 230,000 divided by 60 minutes, we get 3,847 trees every minute. Better yet, every second. For every second, 3,847 divided by 60 seconds, we get 64 trees every second. This means Kenya must now plant an average of 2 billion trees every year and about 5.3 million trees every single day if the target is to be met by 2032. 7 years, 14 billion trees left. The clock is ticking. Will Kenya rise to the challenge or watch the target wither away? Faith Wangari, TV47, Nairobi.
All right, now in Kenya's rapidly evolving business landscape, the conversation around sustainability is rightfully gaining momentum. However, a crucial sector often overlooked in this discussion is private security. Stalin Yarangita sheds light on how security firms can enhance safety while simultaneously protecting the planet. Take a look.
As the country seeks to cut down its carbon emissions, the private sector is emerging as a frontrunner, with various firms now leveraging both safety and sustainability. Peter Kinyenjui, the Environment, Social and Governance (ESG) lead implementer at SGA Kenya, notes that more and more security companies are aiming to strengthen their climate impact.
What has happened over the past few years is there have been organizations that are leading the climate awareness. One is, for example, UN Global Compact. And what organizations are increasingly doing is that they are incorporating sustainability in their corporate governance. So it is becoming a governance reporting issue to be aware about your sustainability position, then to make meaningful steps towards improving that.
Kinyenjui further notes that private security firms are increasingly integrating electric vehicles into their daily operations, a move expected to reduce reliance on fossil fuels, lower the carbon footprint, and promote innovation in green mobility.
So we do know that, yes, it is vehicles, for example, if you have a big fleet, there is a significant impact on the carbon emissions to the environment. And the way that we are doing that, for example, is that we have an elaborate plan to gradually replace our fleet with electric vehicles. This will in turn minimize the impact to the environment based on the services that we provide.
According to the United Nations Environment Programme, UNEP, the transport sector accounts for approximately 25% of Kenya's carbon dioxide emissions. In Nairobi alone, UNEP reports that transport contributes to nearly 60% of the city's air pollution.
Every 5,000 kilometers, you need spark plugs, you need oil filter. A good service would cost you about 8 Gs, 10K. For electric vehicles, your first service at 25,000 kilometers, you're only checking your brake pads. Checking, not changing. Difference. Yeah, at 25,000 kilometers. 90% of your braking is done by the motor, the thing that they're covered, electric motor system.
You can imagine the number, every police station in Kenya has a vehicle, or one or two. You can imagine at NYS, and example you've given, there are so many officers who wear uniform, come to private security. The numbers are close to a million private security officers. Do that by an average of 2 to 3 pairs of uniform, you already have 3 million. And so the conversation of sustainability wakes you to the fact that you could have, for example, when you're talking about waste management, is there a way we can manage the waste that we are offsetting to the environment?
Now, Sydney's pink hue attracts tourists, and of course, to top off our climate news this week in a very colorful way, literally, during this year's Auburn's Cherry Blossom Festival that took place in Sydney, Australia, thousands of people flocked Botanic Gardens to admire the rows of fluffy pink cherry blossoms. Held annually, the festival is the main attraction of Auburn Botanic Gardens, where Japanese food, music and crafts mark the beginning of a new season. The annual festival also provides a platform to raise awareness about environmental conservation in the country. Take a look.
Yeah, it's my first time here. I heard about this from Instagram and decided to come today because it's sunny day. It was 3 days raining, and I think it's awesome. It's very first time I see cherry blossom. So you don't need to go to Japan for this, no.
I like the festival. I like seeing all of the cherry blossoms and being able to, I'd say, immerse myself in Japanese culture and the scenery. I do like it a lot because this kind of thing, I don't really see it where I live that much. So it's actually my second time here. I came here last year, and yeah, I really like the festival. It's just really beautiful to see all the pink flowers and all that, and just walking by with friends. It creates like a good vibe.
All right, and with that, it's time for us to wrap up this edition of course, your favorite environmental and sustainability show. It's known as Green Fix right here on the Daily Report, only on TV 47. So we have a couple of messages that have come in. We've got people who are telling us where they're watching from, but we would have liked you to tell us how many trees you're planting, or you intend on planting by 2032. Anyways, thank you so much for all the feedback that has come in regardless. We've got Eve who says, I'm watching from Kisumu. We've got Nancy who says, I'm watching you, love your show. We've got Famous Boy Ngash who says, I'm tuned in from Kinale Shilingi Kumi with my wife Wamboi. So lots of messages coming in telling us where you're watching from. We appreciate you regardless. And yes, personally, I would definitely keep Dr. Peter Hayombe's advice very close to my heart, because that is a great initiative that he had mentioned. So every birthday in the family of his own, his family members, and of course his friends as well, they all come together and they plant a tree each for every birthday, which I think is a brilliant way to continue this target that we do intend on keeping and of course meeting by 2032. That's 15 billion trees. So I hope that you will take that into account and also try and do the same. I am definitely going to be doing that because I think it's a great way to involve your family, to involve your friends, all of you coming together, and yeah, just try and be able to get and meet that target that is 15 billion trees by 2032. So let's hope that you and I can do the same and we can do our bit as individuals to be able to meet that target. That's it from us right here on Green Fix. I'll see you next week, same time, same place. Remember, you can find us on social media at TV47 Kenya. Do follow us on YouTube, do subscribe, do like, do let us know if there's somebody that is a green warrior in your eyes and is doing a great job when it comes to the environment or sustainability, and you'd love to watch them here on the show. We'd love to hear from you. I am Shiksha Arora. My sign language interpreter tonight has been Rhoda Nyamai. I'll see you next week, same time, same place. Good night.